almost behind the schedule, so we have to move forward for the third speaker, Professor Khan, Professor Yawar Hayat Khan. He is a professor and dentist. He got his master degree in health professions education from Maastricht, and currently he is a professor and head of the department as well as assistant dean of medical education at Rifah University and administrator of the dental hospital. He is interested in areas like leadership and management, curriculum development and patient safety, etc. His talk today about the future healthcare leadership, the four pillars. Please, Professor Khan.
Thank you very much, Professor. I hope my slides are visible.
Yes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Clear.
Thank you. The topic for today's presentation is future healthcare leadership, the four pillars. First and the foremost, I would like to thank the management of this prestigious conference, Summit 2022, SSME, and all the stakeholders for having me over, inviting me to this prestigious event. I'm honored. And I also wanted to share that, let me share it with you very frankly that it's very hard to be the last speaker of the conference, especially when it's a long day. And also when you are speaking after two wonderful speakers, my dear friends, Professor Gary and Professor Birdie. So I try to keep my presentation a bit simple, and I will just discuss quickly the daily issues and challenges faced by healthcare leadership, and also different barriers and challenges. And then at the end, I will sum up with the four pillars of the healthcare leadership. I dedicate my presentation to my parents, my family, and my teachers. So I have already been introduced, so I won't waste time in introduction again. The aim of the presentation is to familiarize the audience with the roles and responsibilities of the modern day healthcare leadership in achieving excellence through different strategies and steps. And as I mentioned, I will also highlight a few challenges which healthcare leaders they face. And last but not the least, the importance of the four pillars laying down the foundation of future healthcare leadership. So these are a few objectives of my presentation, which I'll be giving right now. Excellence is not a skill, it's an attitude. And some people also say that strive for excellence, not perfection. Yeah. And excellence is the gradual result of always striving to do better and also the best. So if we define excellence, we can say that it is the quality of being outstanding or extremely good. When we talk about organizational excellence, we mean quality, capability, and maturity of delivering outstanding or extremely good deliverables. So let's go to excellence in healthcare. Healthcare industry is expected to deliver a collective effort and excellent services and products to the community. When we talk about excellence in healthcare, we mean providing a value-based healthcare. And achieving excellence means that if a healthcare setting, it continues to achieve its operating objectives and fulfill all its missions over the long term and is also resilient over time, we say the organization is excellent in delivering. Why excellence is important? There are many reasons to constantly improve the quality of care and ensuring that healthcare providers, they are up to date with the latest evidence-based interventions. It also means that the healthcare providers needs to be the positive forces for change. They are the change agents, especially in the lives of patients, by listening carefully. Very important skill, as mentioned by my other dear colleagues as well, that a leader has to be a good listener. And clinical excellence is about achieving consistently in the way care is delivered. The question arises why there is a need for pursuit of excellence in healthcare. I guess the culture of excellence opens path to success. There are many challenges in the healthcare system today, which has left many of us feeling defeated. And there are daily challenges. There are new and formidable challenges at day-to-day basis we face as healthcare leaders. And only those who strive for excellence will be able to lead us to solutions that will create the quality of healthcare. So the question arises for healthcare organizations that why excellence and why now? So first is our survival is under threat. We know it's a time of competition. There are many competitors out there. So if we need to survive, we need to be excellent, of course. And secondly, as I said, it's an era of complexity, it's an era of competition. So we have to compete with all our colleagues, our collaborators, competitors, whatever you say. Question comes, what is a healthcare organization? It's very much, as you can see from the diagram, the healthcare organizations are complex organizations. And when we define them, we call them complex adaptive systems. They are basically today's healthcare organizations. Quickly highlighting a few healthcare issues in Pakistan. We have a critical shortage of health service providers over there. Unfortunately, weak regulatory frameworks, political interference, very unfortunate, gap between medical training and ongoing on-ground issues, and lack of effectively functioning preventive healthcare systems. The stakeholders of healthcare delivery system, basically, I have classified them under the three domains. We have external stakeholders, we have the interface stakeholders, and we have the internal stakeholders. When we talk about external stakeholders, we have suppliers, patients, and the financial community, and these are those stakeholders which provide input to the organization. Then we have other organizations which are basically our direct competitors for patients or for skilled personnel, and C, the government regulatory agencies, private accrediting associations, professional associations, and other political action groups. So these all are categorized under external stakeholders. When we talk about interface stakeholders, they include board of trustees, board of governors, and medical staff, and they basically function on the interface between the organization and the environment. And third are the internal stakeholders, which basically we all belong to this category mostly, most of us, management, professional staff, non-professional staff, and these are the people who basically they refer to the overall performance and measures organizational effectiveness. So what makes a good healthcare system? A good healthcare system is the one which covers broad range of services, provides innovative care, patient-centered, have strong regulatory frameworks, a strong culture based on collegiality and respect rather than a culture of blames, and a culture of excellence with a commitment to fulfill organizations' missions and visions. So coming back to today's healthcare system, so I think we must agree on this that in today's healthcare systems we have had problems, all of us. And if I quickly point out to these problems, we have personality clashes, we have reduced innovations and new ideas, organizational challenges, blame culture, leadership priorities are different, engagement lack between different stakeholders, medical errors, and seriously compromised safety and quality. So these all are the problems of today's healthcare. So what the future healthcare should look like? Future healthcare should have solutions. We assume that they have solutions. And what are the solutions? Solutions are safe healthcare through holistic approach, opportunities for collaboration and awareness. The focus of leadership should be to engage all the stakeholders, understand patients' perspectives, involve patients as their partners. Team-based approach should focus on integration of efficient technology, obliging attitudes, discouraging blame culture, should introduce new innovations and also establishment of sustainable safety cultures. So these are the solutions which we look towards the future healthcare systems. Definitely, as we see, there's a definitive paradigm shift, and time is getting changed. Now we have seen, and courtesy of this pandemic as well, that things are changing from face to face to blended learning, hybrid models, uh, physician-centered care to patient-centered care, and so things are changing. So it's up to us to realize this change. So are we ignoring the warning signs? Are we not aware of the danger around us? And it's up to the leadership. It's up to us, the healthcare leaders. How do we see our organizations? Do we want to stick to the old methods, the old procedures, and the old tricks, or we want to adopt some new methodologies and we want to go towards some new innovations? It depends upon us. And mostly it depends upon healthcare leadership. The healthcare leadership is responsible for all these changes to make. And if we just quickly see, if in a glance, healthcare leadership is to be in charge is certainly not only to carry out the proper measures yourself, but to see that everyone else does so too. It's about empowerment. It's about listening. It's about delegation. It's not about growing yourself, it's about growing others. And it is this leadership which is required to tackle the complex, dynamic, and changing healthcare environment in order to keep the healthcare organizations effective, sustainable, and successful. And if we broadly look at the healthcare leadership umbrella, we have 4 types of leadership domains inside that umbrella. We have organizational leadership, top management. We have educational leadership, the educational leaders, the healthcare leaders. We have clinical leadership, our clinicians, our physicians, staff working in the hospitals, and also we have student leaderships, the students which are working, one of the very important stakeholders of healthcare leadership umbrella as well. And why this leadership, healthcare leadership is important? It's important because valuable leadership skills makes a quantifiable difference in patient care. Quality in healthcare operations and employee management creates a culture of trust, confidence, and loyalty amongst all the stakeholders. And it is essential in order to cope up with the ever-changing demands of the healthcare settings. Effective management is required to facilitate change and achieve results through ensuring efficient mobilization and utilization of workforce and other resources. Last but not the least, healthcare leadership and workforce management, they are interlinked, and I think they play a critical role in the healthcare delivery system. Quickly mentioning about the role of healthcare leadership in Pakistan to improving healthcare. Yawar University has been instrumental in improving healthcare in Pakistan. We have established a Rifa Institute of Healthcare Improvement and Safety in 2016. We organize annual conferences highlighting patient safety, medical education. We have developed and implemented undergraduate curriculums, patient safety curriculums for pharmaceutical sciences, rehab sciences, and dental sciences. We have had our healthcare curricula transformed from traditional to integrated and outcome-based curriculums. And also we are focusing on planning to hold practical trainings and assessment workshops for JCI, Canadian accreditation, and other prestigious accreditations around the globe. So the key responsibilities of healthcare leadership are to formulate effective healthcare teams, effective decision making, critical risk management, clinical governance, quality standards, and patient safety protocols. These are the key responsibilities. I'll just quickly go through the slides. I will not go into the detail because I know time is short. So first of all, I said formulate healthcare teams. It's very important to have healthcare teams in place, effective healthcare teams, of course, to have proper healthcare team members assigning right person for the right job. And we know no one can do everything, but everyone can do something. So it's very important for a team to have good teamwork. Decision making, as I said, both decision making are important, clinical decision making as well as business decision making. So academic leadership and business leadership together. Risk management is also very important. Risk could be anything related to patients, related to staff, related to employees, property, or other financial risks or any other risks which the healthcare organizations faces today. Clinical governance is also very important. I must say it's a key for the clinical leadership to have in place. And you can very well see the comparison of organizations which have clinical governance and which don't have clinical governance. Quality standards, of course, we all know a lot of things have been said about having good quality standards, and it is very important for healthcare organizations to lay solid foundations in terms of quality and also in terms of patient safety protocols. So quality and patient safety, of course, they are of the need to be implemented and inculcated in the systems of our organizations. They're also important because the patient will never care how much you know until they know how much you care. So these all principles, they are now patient-centered. They have shifted from the physician-centeredness towards patient-centeredness. What should be the desired qualities of healthcare leadership? Students, colleagues, sometimes the students ask us, what are the desired qualities? There are many qualities, but I think a few of the qualities mentioned by Professor Burdick as well, and some other colleagues also, that setting the direction for others to follow. There's a culture of praise should be there, visionary leadership, share the vision. Just saw a very beautiful slide that if the vision is under communicated, it creates a lot of problems. So vision should be shared properly. Motivate employees, authentic and credible leadership, develop a true team environment, share responsibility, and empowering others. These are a few desirable qualities in healthcare leadership.
3 minutes.
I'll just quickly go through a few steps of achieving healthcare excellence. I'll just name the steps. Just go through them. Motivation is the key. Exploring your strengths, focusing on your goal. You should be goal focused. Be realistic. I mean, there should be realistic goals, not just, goals in the air. Time management is very important. One has to be obsessed with one's goals. The organization should be obsessed with the goals if they want to achieve them. Perfection and excellence. Teamwork. Then sticking to the ambition, making you authentic and credible. Creativity and innovation. Clearly identified objectives, very important. Plan sustainable strategies. Humility, patience, and last but not the least, they should never lose hope. So after the steps, I'll quickly share with you the few important strategies which are important in achieving healthcare excellence. Just the names, although we can talk about them in maybe some other setting, but just quickly name them. Change management in healthcare, creating a holistic model of healthcare, patient-centered approach, a salutogenic approach in healthcare, very important, a team-based approach in healthcare, and last but not the least, a systems approach in healthcare. So coming to the challenges, after the steps and the strategies, coming to the challenges, what shifts do healthcare leaders need to prepare for? And if we go local, from global to local, if I talk about my organization, we have got, and more or less different organizations I've visited and I've come across more or less face the same challenges. There are organizational structure challenges, conflicts and coordination, authoritative challenges, financial resources. There are human resource challenges, short of manpower, conflicts in the workplace, inadequate training. There are work-related challenges as well. High workloads, rotation of working hours, decreased mutual communication between the stakeholders. We have context-related challenges as well, cultural challenges, poor teamwork, lack of motivation, lack of communication, lack of mutual trust. Trust is very important, as Professor Burdick very rightly said. And also we have leadership-related challenges. If leadership is not focused on what to achieve, what is the priority, lack of training of senior managers, lack of support from the senior management, strict regulatory environment, and also cybersecurity. So these are few
Could you
of the
conclude, Prof.
leadership-related
Khan?
challenges. So coming towards the end, last few slides. If we say what is the recipe for successful healthcare leadership, I think there are 5 leadership principles in the recipe. Continuous learning, establishment clarity around the set of values, communicating a clear sense of purpose and vision, building a culture of excellence and accountability, and creating a culture that emphasizes the development of leaders and leadership. If we look at today's healthcare from 2050, we can say that the future healthcare leadership, there are 4 pillars of this future healthcare leadership: hospital management, clinicians, patients, and students. So hospital management, the first important pillar, which allows the structured functioning of healthcare. It involves planning, organizing, leading, coordinating, and control with sustainable solutions, inculcating and having state-of-the-art technology, telemedicine, and things like artificial intelligence. Second pillar of the future healthcare leadership are basically our clinicians, the healthcare delivery providers, and they are the facilitators. They're no more healthcare providers, they're facilitators, they're educators. They educate patients, families, they involve students in teaching, educate students as well, and they help improving access of healthcare delivery with innovative ideas. The third pillar are patients, which were neglected in the past, and in future patients are considered as partners in healthcare delivery, and we know the importance of patient safety and quality, some important initiatives like patients as partners in healthcare. So patients are a very important pillar of this future healthcare leadership. They are the advocates of health and healthcare delivery systems. Last but not the least, the fourth pillar are students, the integral stakeholders, which are responsible to increase patient satisfaction, which improve patient care, and it can be done with care coordination and proper planning, and also if they are equipped with latest technology and competencies. So the foundation of future healthcare leadership is laid on these 4 important pillars. And the power of change lies in collaboration between these 4 pillars. It's up to us, the leadership, to collaborate for a better future, to collaborate for a better world. And they say, if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. And it is also said that when I is replaced with we, even illness becomes wellness. So I think it's about teamwork. It's about coming together. So the take-home message for today is, let's go and build stronger teams. Let's go and build stronger communities. To conclude, I must say that if you want to succeed, if you want to go into our future with sustainable ideas, we must understand that the road to success is always under construction. It's never over. You have to make continuous improvements every day in your routine day-to-day systems, and this is how you achieve excellence. So this is my email address.
Thank you.
If anybody wants to comment, suggest anything, you're more than welcome. I thank you all for your patience. Thank you very much.
Thank you.